All right, welcome back to the workshop. Today's a big day. We are going to be painting Steve's hood letters on them. I got my buddy Johnny here. He's a brilliant painter and an excellent sign painter and letterer. So I'm really yeah. This is fun because me and Johnny have worked on stuff before, and it's exciting to have him come and work on something of mine that's going to be part of my thing forever. And so, yeah, we're going to paint these letters on the hood. And so this is a layout. This is the size that the letters are going to be. We're going to use a pounce wheel to outline the letters. And what that's going to do is give us a bunch of polka dotted holes that we're going to use a powder to like smack against the paper. Once you take the paper away, the powder's left over on the surface below, and you can trace it out. It's old
school.
Yeah, this is how sign painters have been doing it. If you've ever seen those huge buildings that are painted in LA, they have like big printers that will automate the pouncing, and then they go up on the scaffolds and they paint it. And so we're gonna use that same technique. We gotta use a wax and grease remover on the hood, and then a glass cleaner to clean it. And then we're gonna lay this out, and then we're gonna put some chalk down, and then we're gonna try to get a base coat of white laid down.
Knock the letters out.
Yeah. So our colors are gonna pop off the white, and it'll be less coats left to paint, right?
Yeah, we'll get a truer color than trying to go with some transparency in the paint over a black surface.
Yeah.
It'll look better.
This is gonna be fun. We get to hand paint on Steve. This is a dying art that I really want to keep alive, and I'm really excited to bring to the channel. It's an art that I've dabbled in, Johnny's dabbled in. I'd say we're novices. Maybe he's a little bit more expert than I am. He's pretty brilliant painter.
We've been paid for some jobs.
Yeah. So
that's professional.
Yeah, we're gonna get cleaning. Mona's gonna roll some B-roll, and we got this big moth right here who's gonna be watching over us. He's not with us anymore, but he's with us in spirit, and we're just gonna leave him there while we do the project, and hopefully he sticks around the whole time. So yeah, let's get started and let's get to the B-roll, right? All right. Okay, so we got the first pounced paper laid out on the hood, and we got some good old carpenter's chalk in a sock. We just dumped it in the sock, and Johnny's gonna show you the technique of professional pouncing. It's essentially just dabbing the sock on there.
Yeah, you just bang this on there, and it's pushing that chalk through those little holes. And it comes through on the other side.
Glad we're not using red.
Just like that. And we should test just one end just to make sure that we're, making marks before we pull the whole thing off. But it'll be pretty clear, I think.
All right. Let's see. It worked. It's where you don't sneeze.
Mm.
And there you go. Now you still have to be really careful. You can't really do this in wind, or if you have to do this in wind, it can be a nightmare. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a pencil.
Stabilo. It's white. It writes on stuff. Stablio.
Yeah, and we're gonna make these sort of more semi-permanent so we can put the white on. But
still paint over it. The pencil, you could paint over this, but we're gonna write on it so we don't fuck it up in the process.
Right on. So we're gonna grab a pencil, put the stereo back on so we can get zoned into it and get this marked out.
Can we say fuck?
Okay, so we're getting ready. Johnny's starting to lay down some white. The paint we're using, if you're curious, and this isn't a sponsorship, although we always would love to talk to anybody about sponsorship. There's really only one choice when it comes to like sign painting and lettering these days. It's Nova Color. They're out of California. Their pigments are insane. It's probably the best acrylic paint you can get, in my opinion. It's really reliable. The black is black. The whites cover really good. And it's just with one shot having to change their formula over the last few years. Nova Color is kind of like the last saving grace when it comes to like sign lettering and painting. So we've got penciled out. We're tag teaming. And we're gonna start laying some white. I've got this mixed to the milk consistency that is like the big. That's every sign painter and letterer, they say mix it to where it is the consistency of milk. And so we're doing the little Dixie cup. You cut the lip off a Dixie cup and it gives you a really sharp edge to clean your brush with. And so I'm gonna dive into it here. I'm already getting paint on the Jeep. All right, so it's the next day. Johnny went home last night. He's coming back later tonight. We're gonna work on this. The curing time with the paint for each layer is about 2 hours. So you get to paint a layer and then like wait a couple hours. So in the meantime, today during the afternoon, what I'm doing is I'm trying to like layer up another layer of white, so we have a really good semi-solid layer of white to base all our colors off of, so they kind of pop and react the right way we did. So I'm just sitting here watching Kindergarten Cop, painting away. It's snowing and raining outside all day today, so we brought the hood inside. And so yeah, I'm just gonna keep laying down white, and then once Johnny gets here later tonight, we'll lay down some stripes and start painting some color. So I don't know, let's get painting, right? Get to work. All right, it's the evening. Johnny's here. We're starting to lay down color. He's already getting a bunch of color laid down. We got the stripes laid down. We're just diving in and getting some color laid down. So I got to catch up. He's doing more letters than me, but I guarantee he paints faster than I do. So let's get to it. All right. Things are happening. It's getting exciting. We've forged ahead, and we're laying down. We got all the color laid down. We got Cutthroat laid down, and we got Steve on the other side, all the stripes.
2 coats.
2 coats each. Now we're going for the outline. And what Johnny did is he used a little credit card as like a little guide and outlined it. I just wiped it off. I did. But he's going to outline it and then use a liner brush. And we're going to use the same brush. So we're going to take turns, or I don't know, I just might pay him to do it all. Because I'm shaking hands. No. We're probably both going to do some of it. But yeah, it's getting to be the final thing. So, yeah. You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. We're going to do it. We're diving in. It's go time. You can't procrastinate. You got to just jump right in and do it. And you can't wait, or, you know, like maybe it's some other day that you can do it. You just got to dive right in and get it done. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to dive in. We're going to get it done. We're not going to wait anymore. We're just going to keep doing it and keep forging forward.
Yeah.
I'm not procrastinating. No, we're going to get it done right now. So here we go. And we're definitely going to put some music back on for this. We haven't shown a lot of us painting except for B-roll, because you got to be in the zone to paint semi-straight lines. Johnny's are more straight than mine, but that's okay. All right, we did it. It's the next morning. Johnny had to go back home to Loveland last night, but I stayed up till about 2 a.m. finishing the other side. I think we did a awesome job. We got the color and the outline laid down last night, and Steve now is officially Cutthroat Steve. We call him Cutthroat Steve because Mona and I's favorite fish to fish for is cutthroat trout. If you've never caught one, you should get one on the line. They're amazing. But yeah, we got Steve to get up to those high alpine lakes that old Susie the Subaru can't get to. So we are super excited. We got the hood letters on. Let me show you the other side. So we did cutthroat on that side. And we did Steve on this side. Just to add a little confusion to everybody's life. But yeah, we're excited. The colors turned out really good. All these colors are actually color selected from photos of cutthroat trout that Mona and I have caught in the past. So these colors, you know, are very similar to colors that you find in a cutthroat trout. And so let's go back to the other side because we got something exciting to do. This is our Moab Mayhem list, and we get to cross off a big one. We get to cross off paint the hood letters. That one's coming off the list right there. So we did that. The next thing on the list, next thing on that guy's list is exhaust. Okay, so that gets paint hood letters marked off the list. That's a big one. We're really excited to rock this paint in Moab. Next thing on our list is rock sliders, windshield wipers, sway bar bushings, and a gas tank mount. The next thing we're going to do is rock sliders and the windshield wipers, and probably the sway bar bushings at some time. But we got to investigate the windshield wipers because they don't work, and we got to have wipers. And the rock sliders we got to do because we got to make sure the ones we bought fit. So that's going to be it for this video. We're still getting ready for Moab Mayhem. I cannot thank Johnny enough for coming down from Loveland 2 nights in a row, taking time away from his family to come and hang out with me and do some silly painting on my silly little Jeep and the silly little channel that we're doing here. I hope you guys enjoyed the footage of us painting. I had a blast. I haven't hung out with Johnny for that long in a long time, and we had a blast painting together, and I'm kind of super honored to have his work and my work together on this Jeep to sort of give Steve a personality. So I thank Johnny. I thank you guys for sticking around this long in the video. Give us a like, give us a comment, give us a subscribe. Other than that, thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again.